Hello, this is Victoria. Welcome to my channel, and I'm going to show you today the EBR2, an energy block release 2, to feel present, to feel grounded, and to feel great. So grab yourselves a yoga mat, a glass of water, a little bit of space, and I'll see you in a moment. Before going ahead with an EBR2, you may want to activate the body first. So just try out the activations. You'll see them top right of your screen right now, and then I'll see you in a moment. So, having warmed the body up, we're now going to start the EBR2, an energy block release 2, with a beautiful standing meditation. So, enjoying standing with your feet hip width apart, using those fists gently between your feet, coming up with your hips slightly tilted forwards like this, knees off lock, shoulders loose, arms long, nice long spine, sternum lifted, neck long, and just chin level. So just relaxing in that posture, feeling the weight of your body descending down into the ground, deep into the earth, knowing that you are present right now. This is going out shortly after Remembrance Day. So I'm wearing my poppy colour, wearing my poppy badge, and sending my deepest thanks and respect to all those who have served. And feeling that contact with the earth, the weight of our body, maybe the weight of your head to your shoulders, the weight of your arms and shoulders down into your torso, the weight of the hips down the legs, and the weight of the whole body down through the feet into the ground. And just enjoying that beautiful sensation just for a moment of silence, starting in this posture, aware of all the sensations of the body. I'm aware of my hands tingling, beautiful nerve tingling sensation. I'm aware of a gorgeous silence all around me, which seems to hug me and embrace, support me. Stillness and silence. Still in that gorgeous feeling of being at peace and present with that weight of our bodies down into the ground, just slowly breathing in, bending our knees, and moving our hands over to the top of our aura and down, breathing in again, palms out, massaging your aura, coming down, bending the knees, breathing in, palms down, breathing out, breathing in. And this is the breath of Arjuna. And now we're going to adopt a beautiful mudra where we bring the middle ring and little fingers into the palm with our thumbs gently locking them in. Index fingers pointing away, and we're going to continue with that lovely breath of Arjuna. Delicious oxygen circling around our bodies, going a little faster to speed up the activation and the energy of this gorgeous asana. You may want to alternate which hand and arm goes in front. Wonderful. We're now going to go into chair of the heart asana, the posture. If you have any neck or shoulder injuries or any heart condition, you may want to keep your hands at this level. So I'll do this one first and then I'll show you the more advanced level. So we're going to breathe in and out. So palms together at the heart, raising the palms to about eye level and then coming down as if we're pumping the heart. You'll notice my knees bend as I breathe in and they lengthen as I breathe out. Doesn't this feel great? So we're pumping our heart full of blood, and as I know with my Chinese therapies, the Chinese talk about where there is blood flow, there is life and qi. And we're creating a beautiful stimulation to the heart to get the blood flowing, moving around, so all our motorways of the body are clear and no congestion. If you want to bring your hands to the heart level and go a little bit further, you can bring them overhead. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. And you may want to hold it here. It's a really good action on the shins and the calves. Getting a nice balance here and breathing out. Try it one more time. Almost as if you're sitting in a chair and you're expanding your capacity for your circulation, your blood flow. Wonderful. So now coming back, still with our arms and hands at heart level. Feet hip width apart, we're going to bend our knees and expand our oxygen out in front of our hearts and then breathing in to come back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. So this is called Anahata Breath. The Anahata is the level of the heart, the chakra here. And as we breathe out, we're sending our love and passion around the world. As we breathe in, we're receiving. And we're sharing, spreading that love and healing all around the world. So just go at your own pace. Depends what your breath is doing, really. So the action is all timed with the out breath and the in breath. The out breath and the in breath. And now maybe closing your eyes and imagine sending that love out around the world. And then as you breathe in, receiving love and healing, acknowledging and accepting that love and healing. It's okay, we can accept. We can allow it to come into our bodies. I accept healing and I give love. Anahata Breath. Feel your heart smiling with a beautiful energy, renewed vigor and health. Oh, I love Anahata Breath. It's one of my favourites. Now we're going into a spinal twist. We're going to put one hand on the opposite wrist. You may have seen me do this before in other yoga series. We're going to breathe in and we're going to turn. So I'm keeping my hips pointing forwards. And as I breathe out, I'm turning a little to one side. I'm breathing in, coming back, alternating the hand and breathing out the other way. It's a really rainy day here. It's quite bright but rainy. The grass has had so much rain, it's almost lit up green. It's an amazing colour. And breathing out. The sheep are enjoying all the grass at the moment. That's good for them. They've had so little grass over the summer because we had a heat wave here for months. And having done the same number either side, I'm now going to take one hand to the elbow, breathing in and breathing out as we rotate round. You'll start to feel it in your spine, but also in the opposite hip, because we're stretching the hip and pelvic girdle. Breathing out. So feeling your presence on the mat, on the floor, right here, right now. You're nowhere else, you are here. So this series of asanas, of yoga postures, is all about being here now, being present. And also it's called an energy block release, which means we are doing a series of moves which will help release congestion, to release any blockages, allow the flow within our bodies, so the blood flow, the nerve communications, the lymph, all the muscles can flow and release any tension. And that will help us mentally, emotionally, physically and spiritually. One more to either side, just touching the elbow, feeling that pull on the opposite hip. It's a nice feeling. And now we're going to touch the opposite shoulder, breathing in and turning. Oh yes, even more of a stretch on that hip, breathing in and turning. Anything that doesn't feel good for you, just go back to the previous move, one that your body is happy with. Breathing in and turning. Only go as far as your body is willing to go. This time we're going to widen our feet slightly and we're going to raise the opposite heel as we travel round. Breathing in and turning round, raising that opposite heel, and I'm just going to rest my hand on the opposite hip, bending into the knees, allowing the whole spine to twist, allowing the neck to go a little further than the spine. Of course, the neck is part of the spine, it's the very upper 7 vertebrae. Just holding it here for a moment, enjoying that stretch through the hip and the back. Breathing in, raising the opposite heel, coming round, resting that hand on that opposite hip and just enjoying that stretch. Maybe rotating the neck even further. Loose into the hips, loose into the knees. and coming back. Oh, fantastic. Feeling really solid and sturdy, like supported by the ground. And now one of my favourite moves, as you've seen before in EBR1, we're going to do the arm rotations. So palms facing forward and twisted round. Facing forward, twisting round. I tend to bend my knees every time I stretch. You might want to bring the breath in. Breathing in, breathing out. Oh, breathing in, breathing out. And maybe raise your arms as far as the level of the shoulders, so long as this is all right for you, and bringing them down again. Bringing them up. And now you might want to raise one palm upwards and the other twists around. And you look into the open palm, bringing them in and bringing them out. Bringing them in, bringing them out. Bringing them in, bringing them out. Oh, I love this move. It's like wringing the dish rag. So twisting, wringing it out, getting rid of any waste, anything that does not serve you. Get rid, eliminate, and feel lighter and refreshed because of it. Wonderful. Oh, great. Maybe a little shake out to make sure any final residue is gone. And now the standing cat. So I'm going to go to the side for you. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, fingers pointed inwards if that's okay for you. Maybe you might want thumbs on the inside. I tend to want this in order to bring the arms outwards. Then I'm going to start with the pelvis tucked under, and I'm going to scoop my whole upper torso round into a curled up cat position. And then as I breathe in, I'm going to raise the pelvis first. You can see that's coming up. And then slowly a wave-like motion as I stretch up the spine, bringing the head up level. I'm not going to tilt it any further back. I'm just having it level with the upper torso and the neck. And then starting at the pelvis again, curling up. Wave-like motion all the way up to the head. Coming round. Breathing in, tilting that pelvis again upwards, almost like it's being pulled by a piece of string up to the sky, shoulders back so they're not up round our ears and nice and long, using the legs as support. Curling under again, coming round, feeling that stretch in the upper body this time, really stretching between the scapula, the shoulder blades. And again, this is such a delicious stretch, I just don't want to stop doing it. This is called a standing cat. While still in the rounded standing cat, I'm going to come down, back of the fingers to the floor. I'm going to take one elbow in each hand. Just going to hang nice and heavy. So the knees are off lock. I'm letting the upper body hang with gravity, pulling heavily down to the ground. Breathing. An inverted position is really good for the heart and the head. Allowing the upper body to feel heavy. Where gravity is doing its work, pulling the upper torso down with its weight towards the floor. Breathing and enjoying the extra blood flow to the torso, the heart, the lungs, shoulders, arms, the neck, the brain. All the cranials are receiving a beautiful dosage of extra blood flow. Meanwhile, the spine is getting a nice stretch. Maybe straightening the legs slightly if you feel you want a really good leg stretch through the hams and the calves, back of the knees, as well as the upper spine. I'm feeling it through the back of the legs here. And then bending the knees and slowly coming up one vertebra at a time. Maybe raising the arms up above your head and coming down. Shoulders relaxed. And then give yourself a little shake. Bring yourself back into the moment. Such a nice feeling, that asana. So we've completed the first stage of the EBR2. We're now going on to the second stage, and it starts with a heaven and earth stretch. So we're going to be bending our knees and coming down to the floor level. If that's not right for you, then you might want to do this kind of heaven and earth, which I'll talk you through now. Breathing in. One palm reaches up to the heavens as we breathe out, and the other palm reaches down to the earth. Breathing in, and then we alternate. And you can see that I'm slightly twisting. There's a little bit of torsion through the body. So slightly more advanced heaven and earth stretch. We're going to have our feet quite wide. And then coming down. I'm going to put one hand on the floor. You may want to bring your knees bent a little, or you may want to widen your legs and then bringing one arm up and twisting to look up to your upper hand. And then coming down, replacing the hand and looking up the other way. Breathing in to come up. Oh, this is a really good twist and stretch for the spine. Looking up to the heavens and down to the earth. Up to the heavens and down to the earth. And up and down, and then coming down to the feet, bringing them in. I'm going to bring one foot out, and then I'm going to use my fingers to balance as I come across to the other side, bending into the knee. Only do this if your knees are okay with it. Coming up and down, breathing in and down. It's a really good stretch in that underside of the thigh. Breathing in and floating over. Nice stretch. And down. Wonderful. Just stretching a little bit further, balancing the legs so that they feel symmetrical and whole, bending the knees, coming up slowly. And now moving to the floor. So I've got my hands behind me, leaning with slightly bent elbows, and one long leg, the other knee bent. And I'm going to bring one leg in and flick it out with an out breath, bringing the other one in and flick it away. Scooping in, flicking away. And imagine shifting any blockages, congestion, anything that's stopping you from feeling grounded and present. Eliminating any waste materials, seeing any stresses and strains and anything that's holding you back. Feeling them being flicked away. Wonderful. Now we're going to do some more floor work with legs together and feet at right angles to the legs. We're going to bring our energy up above our heads, breathing in. And as we come over, we're breathing out and away and breathing in and out. Breathing in. Tall, tall, tall. And over. Breathing in. And over. Breathing in. And forward bend. If your knees are bent, that's also fine. If your knees, if you want to just bend one knee at a time in order to stretch one leg more than the other, that's another good way of addressing this. Oh, feeling fantastic and alternating. Feeling present and grounded. Be here now. I'm also remembering for Poppy Day all of those soldiers around the world who have served. My heart goes out to them. And now coming into the bridge. Lying down with palms facing downwards, body in a straight line, feet as close to your torso as possible, and then tilting the pelvis slightly forwards. Breathing in as we rock back and lifting the pelvis as we breathe out. Breathing in as we contact the ground again, and then rocking upwards, scooping the pelvis up as we come up. Breathing in and breathing out to come up even further, pushing with our shoulders. Breathing in. And this last time we're going to hold at the top. You might feel strong in the thighs, the shins, as they push you up with that lower torso coming up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Keeping knees level so they're parallel, legs are parallel. Taking a few breaths here, feeling strong in your upper back. You're pushing with your upper arms and hands down into the floor. And breathe out as we gently roll back down, one vertebra at a time, lengthening those legs out. And a nice long stretch while you're here. Now rolling over for the Sphinx. Lying down on our bellies, forehead to the ground, toes pointed away, arms in front of us, shoulders relaxed on the ground. Just enjoying the contact with the earth for a couple of breaths. And as we breathe out, coming up onto our elbows, rising up so that the sternum is lifted up, so that our ears aren't near our shoulders. We're rising up away from our shoulders so that we have our head nice and long, an extension of our spine. Continuing with beautiful, balanced, comfortable breathing. And feeling that lovely energy of a stretch through our sternum to our heart. Lovely contact with the earth, toes to the ground. Beautiful stretch backwards. And then elbows away, lowering ourselves, coming back down, forehead to the floor. Breathing a couple of times. And as we exhale, coming up, feeling the spine extending backwards. Elbows below our shoulders, fingers pointing forward. Head raised away from the shoulders. And affirming to oneself, I let go of that which does not serve me. I let it go through my palms, through my toes, into the earth, to be recycled and come back for goodness. I'm letting it go down, deep, deep, deep into the earth. I'm feeling grounded and present. And letting the energy recycle and come back to me. Feeling an infusion of beautiful stimulation come back through me. And rising up with that increased energy. And coming back down. Forehead to the floor. One more time. Stretching out away from us. And one more time. Elbows under the shoulders. Fingers pointing forward. Raising up through the sternum, the breastbone. Nice long spine through the neck. Feeling pulled like by a string from the crown of the head up and forward to the corner ceiling of the room. Shoulders down. Lovely stretch. And now I think you've earned a rest. We're going to come down, elbows wide. We're going to rest our head to the ground, maybe resting it on the back of the hands or onto the floor. So at this point we widen our feet even further apart. They're probably about 2 shoulder widths apart. Heels out, toes in. I like to have my shoulders in contact with the ground, so I'm bringing my arms by my body. I'm comfortable like this, but if you want your forehead on the back of your hands, that's equally fine. And this is called the Crocodile pose, Makrasana. And we're just going to give our bodies to the earth. Letting the weight of our head sink down into the mat or the carpet. Let the weight of our spine sink down to the floor. The weight of our pelvis rest heavy and grounded on and through the floor. The weight of our legs and arms, our hands and feet rest heavy on the ground. And affirm to yourself, I am here now. And with every moment, give more of your body to the ground. Letting go of every muscle, every tendon and ligament, every tiny muscle on and around the face and scalp, the neck, the ears, top of the shoulders, the arms, every digit, thumb, finger, toe, the wrists and ankles. Let the knees go. Let the abdomen go. The whole of me is released. And at ease, it is relaxing into the ground. I am at peace.
fingers and toes, bringing the hands under the shoulders, bringing the legs back together, bringing the head up and slowly pushing with the hands, bringing the knees in, the bottom back to the knees, into relaxed child pose. Enjoying the stretch across the lower back, into the pelvis, into the upper legs and the waist. Hands near the knees, slowly rising up, head last.
So thank you for joining me for a Drew Yoga EBR2. I've thoroughly enjoyed being here with you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I hope you feel grounded and present. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next week with some more meditation and yoga.